and welcoming your friend and mine, Senator John McKinney.
And Mitch, thank you very much for putting this together. You know, how many of you guys, I watched the Olympics like way too much. If I told you how much I watched the Olympics, you probably wouldn't listen to me speak anymore. But I heard something interesting after the Olympics were over. They asked President Obama, they said, you know, what'd you think of our Olympics? And boy, wasn't that Michael Phelps amazing? And the president said, well, he didn't win those medals. He didn't build the pool. He didn't fill it with water. There's thousands of kids who train and swim every day, just like him. Anyways, that's what we're facing, and we all know that. Let me give you a little bit of the reality, which we all face every day, and hardworking families and small business owners face every day. Connecticut is 46th in the nation in cost of living. We're 44th in cost of doing business. We were 39th before Dan Malloy became governor, and we've gone in the wrong direction. We were recently ranked 50th, dead last, in places to retire in the United States of America. Now, there is good news because we are number one in some very important areas. We're number one in the cost of gasoline. We're number one in the continental United States in cost of electricity. And we are number one in per capita debt in the United States. Each and every individual in Connecticut owes more money in debt than in places like Illinois and New York and California. That's how bad our fiscal condition has gotten. And what have we gotten let me just back up, and I'll tell you there's one thing I've always agreed with Governor Malloy on. He didn't cause the financial problems he faced when he was elected. The Democrats in the legislature who've controlled the place for the last 36 years caused those problems. What Governor Malloy did is double down and make them worse. We have the largest tax increase in state history, $3.8 billion. We have a $1 billion spending increase in the face of record budget deficits. We've borrowed more money than in any two-year period in our state's history. We're going in the wrong direction. And that's why this election is so vitally important for all of us. And I think, you know, Mark Boughton said it very well. It's great to talk about the bad things the Democrats have given us and what they've done wrong. But if we're going to win the hearts and minds of the people of the state of Connecticut, if we're going to get them to vote, we have to show them not just what we're against, but what we are for. And that's what we've been doing as Republicans in Hartford. For 5 years in a row, we've passed budgets that are balanced, that reduce spending, and don't raise taxes. We've shown that we can do it a better way. We've shown on the local level with people like Mark Boughton and Mark Loretti that you can actually meet budgets without increasing spending every year like the Democrats have done. And I will tell you, it's not just the fiscal issues where the Democrats have taken our state in the wrong direction. Democrats repealed the death penalty, and they gave, because of the Malloy plan, every violent criminal in prison got early release, good time credits just for being in prison. And we saw how horrendous that policy is when a gentleman in Meriden murdered someone. And the gentleman, well, he's not even a gentleman, a man in Meriden murdered someone, and we found out that he had almost 200 days of early release credits and got out of jail early because of the Malloy policy that every Democrat in this legislature voted for. We became the first state in the nation that saddled small businesses with paid sick leave. Prior to Connecticut adopting it, San Francisco and Washington, D.C. were the only places that had it. That's the company we're in. That's the direction we're going. We've got tremendous candidates running for the state Senate. You all met Hector. Chad Chiochi's here, who's running in Trumbull, Monroe, and Bridgeport, a great young candidate. Barbara Rue is over here. Where'd Barbara go? Running up in the Hartford area. And we have tremendous candidates across the state. Chris Kutu, a state representative, is running for an open seat. We've got Cindy Cartier in the Brantford-Guilford area running. We've got a chance to pick up 5 seats, hold the majority for the first time in almost 20 years. And here's what's going to happen if we pick up 5 Republican seats in the state Senate. Governor Malloy proposes a budget that increases spending and raises taxes, and we say no. Governor Malloy and the Democrats in the House propose and pass job-killing, anti-business legislation, and we say no. They want to borrow more money than we can afford to pay back, and we in the Senate can say no. And then we begin to fight back. We pass our budgets that don't raise taxes. We pass our budgets that cut spending. We get rid of the burdensome regulations and mandates that have been killing our small business owners. Just one example on the paid sick leave. I've had 2 individuals tell me. One said, I had 52 employees and I had to let 3 go so I wouldn't have to comply with this mandate because I couldn't afford it. And another gentleman out of the Meriden area told me, I've got about 43 employees, I could hire another 20, but I'm not going to expand my business because I can't afford to pay for those burdensome regulations. Those are the types of things that we will undo. We will get Connecticut working on the right track. We've got great candidates. I think this is the best field of candidates our party's ever had. From Linda McMahon, Steve Obsitnik is a great candidate, Wayne Winsley, you're right, we should let Wayne go last at every one of these events. And I'm going to be... We got John Decker over here who's running against John Larson, and I mean, would there be anything better in the world than defeating John Larson? That would be pretty awesome. We've got Paul Formica, who couldn't make it here, but Paul running in the 2nd district, and Andrew Rohrback running in the 5th district. We will take back a United States Senate seat. We will take back seats in Congress this year. We will elect more senators and House members to the House, but we need all of you to do it. Primaries are over. Mitch is right. This is about unity. We're all on the same team. We need to be together. I know we are together, and I'm just looking forward to working with all of you as we go forward. Here's my last shameless pitch. Hector, Chad, Barbara, they're all fighting good races, but they need some help. They've got contributions